Hi, Miss Jamie here from Crystal Lake Public Library's Youth Department. Today we are going to be making some crystals with our kitchen chemistry. We will need for this project some borax. You'll find this in the laundry aisle. It's a laundry booster. You'll need some mason jars or pickle jars. Some kind of a glass jar works best. You could use some food coloring if you choose. I'm going to try a little food coloring with ours today. You will need a tablespoon to measure out your borax. You will need a large spoon to mix your solution with. You'll need some pipe cleaners, a pencil, some kind of a string to hang your crystals in the solution, a measuring cup, some boiling water, some scissors, possibly some tape. I'll probably be using that to secure my crystal, and a timer if you want to be checking it every once in a while. So now that you know what you need, we will get started. Our first step after gathering our supplies is to prepare our pipe cleaners. So I have put one in the shape of a snowflake, and then I've tied one end of my embroidery thread to the snowflake and one end to the pencil. And I'm making sure that the jar I'm going to be putting it in with the solution, that the pipe cleaner shape is not touching the bottom or the sides, because if it does touch the bottom or the sides, your crystals will get stuck, and when you go to pull it out, they're going to break. So you need to make sure that it's free floating. I've made a star, and then for this one, I'm just going to kind of make a curly Q. So I'm going to twist it around my pencil to make my shape, like so. And I've already tied it onto the pipe cleaner, and then I need to tie it to the pencil. Just a quick knot. And I want to make sure that it's not going to touch the bottom of the jar I'm using, so I'm kind of wrap it around the pencil a little bit. One more time. And there it's free floating, so I'm going to take my tape and tape it into place so it doesn't move around. Depending on the opening of your jar will depend on what shape you'll want to put in there, because when you go to pull it out after the crystals are on, you don't want it bumping the sides. So I'm going to put this one in my skinny opening. This one's a little wider, but it fits my star. And this one is the widest, so it'll fit my snowflake. The next step will be to put in your boiling water with your borax, and you'll need an adult's help for this part. We're going to start by adding some water. For every cup of water, we need to use 3 to 4 tablespoons of borax. I'm going to start off with 2 cups of water. And we might need one more. And we're going to add our borax. So we had 3 cups of water. do 12 tablespoons of the borax. And now we need to stir it until it is clear. You don't want it cloudy, because if it's cloudy, then your crystals become cloudy. This takes a little while to stir it. Okay, I've been stirring for about 7 minutes and the water is pretty clear. Looking down into my jar, I don't see any big pieces of borax floating any longer. So now I'm going to add a little bit of food coloring because I would like my snowflake to be blue. I'm going to just put a little food coloring in there and stir that in. And then I'm going to take my snowflake, stick it into my solution. And then I'm going to set it to the side for at least 3 hours. About 3 hours, we'll have some crystals starting to form on there. If you leave it overnight, then the more crystals will form on it. So let it sit in your solution. Don't move it, or don't move it around after the crystals start forming, because they're really delicate at first. So we're going to just set it to the side, and I'll get the other 2 solutions ready, and then we'll come back in about an hour and check on it. Our 3 jars are all set up and ready for crystals to start forming. I'm going to set a timer for an hour and we'll come back and check it and see how it's progressing. It's been about 2 hours now and we've come to look and check how the crystals are doing. If you look at the blue snowflake, you can see that there has been quite a bit of growth in there. It's even going along the sides. The yellow star is starting to have crystals attached to the pipe cleaner, and the orange doesn't appear to be having anything happening there. What I am thinking is happening is, since we put the blue snowflake together first, the water was the hottest, and with the yellow it had cooled a little bit, and maybe by the time we got to the orange pipe cleaner it might have been cooled too much, so I should have maybe heated that water up. We'll leave it for a while longer and then we will come back and check again. We've let our crystals grow overnight. It does appear that the orange pipe cleaner has picked up some crystals, so that is good. So let's see how they've turned out. We're going to very carefully pull straight up. Be careful not to touch the sides. And then lay it on a paper towel so it can dry. It has a little bit of a blue tint to it from our food coloring. Get the star out. spiral. It doesn't look like he has as many, but he does have some. So we'll let those sit there and dry. If you have a magnifying glass, you can use that to kind of get a better look at how your crystals have grown and the pattern that it forms. And you can kind of check it out to see if all of them have the same pattern or if they're different. To learn more about crystals, you can go to our website at clpl.org, go to research, scroll down to all databases, and then scroll to Scholastic Go. You'll enter your library card number and put crystals in your search, and some information on crystals will pop up. I hope you try this at home and have fun with the different shapes and watching your crystals grow. And then you can use them as decorations to hang in your window in the sunshine, and they will sparkle.